Alrighty, welcome back folks. It's been a minute since my last upload, but man, have I been busy. I mean busy to the point where over the last 6 days, I've been home for like maybe 2 hours a day on an open day, which I spent mostly napping to catch up on the sleep I have been losing. It's been a long week, a good week, but a long week, but I am back. I'm back into the rhythm, back making videos, back replying to comments, etc. Other than the Discord, I've been sort of dormant over this last week or so, but fear not, for I have returned, and I've got a few videos in the works for you guys that I'm excited for y'all to see. But first, we have to address New Music Friday. There's been a decent chunk of artists releasing music as of late, especially outside of country. It's getting pretty busy. John Mayer dropped Sob Rock, which I thought was phenomenal, and specifically, I've just been loving the track Why You No Love Me. Which sounds dumb, but if you got half an hour and are looking for a fascinating interview, check out Zane Lowe's interview with John Mayer ahead of the Sob Rock release. Essentially, any Zane Lowe interview is phenomenal, but just check him out in general. Don Toliver has an album coming either this week or next week. Out of nowhere, apparently Kanye is dropping an album this Friday. Billie Eilish next week. Post Malone's hinting at an upcoming album. Tyler was a few weeks ago, but he dropped. Drake is dropping whenever he feels like it, I guess. It's just getting busy if you're a general music fan, but to the topic of this video, country music, all the new singles from the last 2 weeks, and we're going to kick it off with a new one from Dan and Shay, Good Things. When you hear somebody start to sing. This new track, Good Things, also comes along with the announcement of the duo's upcoming album titled Good Things, set to be released on August 13th. Like seriously, can you get a more Dan and Shay album title? Good Things. It's like they're trying to reinvent vanilla. But regardless, I think the first thing that really hit me about this track was the melody. Maybe I'm alone in this, but it reminded me a lot of Famous Friends melodically. I don't know, comment if you hear the resemblance. I'm just not a big fan of this song. First off, this is pop music. I've always said I'm fine with crossover music and whatnot, but man, Dan and Shay just bug me with how blatantly they are not country music. I'm almost tempted to make an entire video ranting about it. But like the only reason they're country is so they can dominate the charts because pop has a bigger fan base. It really doesn't sit well with me, but neither does this song in general. It just feels like overpolished. The harmonies have this awkward, submerged, underwater, yet plasticky sound. There's one moment in the second verse where the harmonies are just the two voices raw, and it sounds gorgeous. But then the rest of the harmonies are this weird layering thing that just gets obnoxious. The whole thing just feels like the backing track to a commercial for a resort in Central America, where everyone has awkwardly white teeth, and the directors feel the need to include a first-person shot of two people holding hands running towards the glare of the sun. I don't know, it's got a decent melody. Shay's vocal performance is great, but nothing we haven't heard before. I just think it feels a bit overdone. Lyrically, it's just a boring, like, oh, when you think of me, I hope you think of good things. I don't think this track is going for any lyrical content. I think it's focused on the sound, which is why it makes it that much more disappointing that the sound didn't even come out that good. I'm probably going to review this album when it comes out because it's Dan and Shay, and what else is a Canadian high school student doing in the middle of August? But my hopes are so remarkably low. Moving on, we've got 2 new songs from the Zac Brown Band, Out in the Middle and Old Love Song. All I'm going to say is the cover art for this duo release is eerily similar to Same Boat, and I'm not saying we're getting a Zac Brown album soon, but we might be looking at a potential Zac Brown album soon. But before I get ahead of myself, let me talk about the 2 tracks at hand, beginning with Out in the Middle. Man, it's an absolute banger. Luke Combs is actually a writer on this song, and after learning that, I can really hear his influence on the track. It's definitely much more bro-ish in the sense of it being like, oh, we live out in the middle of nowhere. The city folks just don't understand, which is one thing that kind of caught me off guard coming from the Zac Brown Band, but again, it makes sense because Luke Combs helped write it. Yep, you get it. I'm not a massive fan of that narrative. One thing the Zac Brown Band has always had is unique topics to sing about, and their pandering normally falls more beachy, but in this case, I'll give it a pass just because this song sounds so awesome. It feels more Jekyll and Hyde in the sense that it's very rock-driven. I love how the instrumentation of the group is on display in full force on this track. Wicked acoustic riffs, Jimmy shreds on the fiddle. We also get an awesome guitar solo, which I learned this the other day, and it's on my mind since I just mentioned John Mayer earlier. But back in the day, John Mayer and Clay Cook, the guitarist for the Zac Brown Band, actually had a duo, lo-fi something, I forget the name, but they had a duo down in Atlanta before they eventually went their separate ways, but the two are still close friends today. I found that kind of cool, but either way, this song slaps. The chord progression in the bridge is powerful. That's how I would describe this whole song, just powerful. Whether it be in the instrumental solos, the harmonies, the chord progressions, everything is just powerful. Although, not to be slept on is the other track in this dual release, Old Love Song. I just think there's a lot to like in this song. It also reminds me of Mango Tree, how they create this romantic energy through a catchy groove. I love the ascending melody in the verses, as well as how the chorus takes a minute to get bigger. Instead of just blaring the harmony straight out of the gates, I like how vocally they hold back the drop of the chorus before slowly building it up right until the end. It just flows really well and results in this ultra smooth structure. But lyrically is where this thing really stood out as smooth. I didn't realize until I looked into it just how many love songs they name drop or reference in the chorus alone. Songs like Forever and Ever Amen, Let's Stay Together, Stand By Me, Free Falling, When You Say Nothing at All, and many more throughout the verses. Practically every line in the chorus, other than the final one, is actually the title of another song, but they blended it so well together, I didn't even notice. Which I guess would make sense if I didn't know the songs he's mentioning, but I do. I know all of these songs quite well, which makes it more impressive that you don't even notice. At least I didn't. Unlike What's Your Country Song, which I'm just using as an example, where Thomas Rhett is blatantly name-dropping songs, but often in ways that don't even really make sense, and when he does try to tie them together somehow, it just feels clumsy or forced, but Old Love Song, on the other hand, you don't even notice. The song choices make a lot of sense because they're all old love songs. It fits so well. It's a stroke of genius I didn't even notice until like my third listen through and some research. So honestly, out of the two, I'm taking Old Love Song, but both are excellent, and I'm freaking pumped for whatever comes next from the Zac Brown Band. Next up is another dual release from none other than Cody Johnson, both God Bless the Boy and Stronger. God bless the boy. In case you didn't know, Cody Johnson is releasing 2 tracks every month, one from each side of his double album due in October, and these are the songs for the month of July. I can't say I like this rollout strategy at all, but I can say I do like the music. I like it a lot, and the fan in me is never going to say no to new Cody Johnson music. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, can Cody Johnson make a bad song? Because I'm yet to come across one, and the train continues with these 2 new ones. I'll begin with my favorite of the 2, I think the fan favorite as well, God Bless the Boy. God Bless the Boy is dedicated to Cody's youngest daughter, Corey, and I just don't think he could have done this song much better. I think the power lies in the vocals. We all know Cody can belt it out, we know he can have fun, and while he does show off his abilities in this song, I really think it's the passion and emotion behind his performance that makes it so compelling. He didn't even write the song, but he delivers it in such a way that feels like he wrote it alongside his daughters. The song mentions Corey's future husband's heart melting when he sees her for the first time, but it's the way Cody's able to display the melting of his heart through the vocals. Production's beautiful, it's catchy as anything, it's soulful, incredible. Between this and Till You Can't, Side A is shaping up to be like some sort of album. But now to the other song, Stronger. Stronger is dedicated to another significant female in Cody's life, his wife, and it's a pretty standard song saying how she's the lighthouse in the storm, she laughs at the lightning and dances in the rain. Just a very simple track saying how when Cody's feeling weak, she's stronger. Much more rock influence compared to God Bless the Boy, some heavy electrics, as well as some piercing fiddles that add a lot of texture. I don't have too much to say on it, it's nothing groundbreaking, but I adore Cody's style, and I like it. Next up is another double release from Dustin Lynch. I don't know what it is, but I guess everyone just decided like, hey, let's release 2 songs at once on this specific week. I don't mind it, it's just odd that it's all happening on the same week. Either way, 2 new songs from Dustin Lynch, Not Every Cowboy and Pasadena. Not every cowboy. Before I heard these songs, I was on the Discord on Thursday night or Friday morning, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, shameless plug, link to the Discord in the description below. It's always a blast on Thursday nights chatting while the music comes out, but regardless, before I heard these songs, people were already bashing them in the Discord, and I was like, yeah, it's Dustin Lynch, what do you expect? But after listening to them, and now after hearing them a few times, I do not understand the hate towards these songs. Unless you're just hating on it because it's Dustin Lynch, I don't understand the hate the songs were getting. Starting with Not Every Cowboy, I guess you could argue it's like not a new concept, just Dustin trying to prove to this girl he won't leave, but I love how he presented it. First of all, production-wise, we've got the full palette. Some big, resonant, traditional percussion, sliding steel, acoustic picking. It all fits so well with the cowboy imagery, saying how he wants to show this girl not every cowboy leaves. I love it. But then we get to my favorite of the two, Pasadena. See where it leads us. Pasadena is a fun love song. It's almost similar to Heartache on the Dance Floor by Jon Pardi, where it's Dustin saying how he and this girl fell in love, but they've still got 2 nights in Pasadena to have fun. But as the song progresses, they slowly run out of time until the end, where Dustin is wondering, does she ever think back to those days in Pasadena? I love how he gives this song a specific location for you to latch onto. I love how the song follows the timing of the story. It's very well put together, well structured, and again, it sounds great. This one is maybe a little poppier than Not Every Cowboy, but it's more pure country with a few pop aspects rather than like a 50-50 split or a Dan and Shay song. Sonically, I think this package is comparable to someone like Jon Pardi. I love the fiddle that's so present on Pasadena, and also the female background vocals add a lot, almost like the memory of this girl from Pasadena singing back to Dustin while he sings. I just think there is a lot to like out of this package, specifically big fan of Pasadena, and yeah, if you're like me and you're not a fan of Dustin Lynch, I would highly encourage you to check these 2 songs out because I think you'll really enjoy them. I know I did, and I'm excited to see where Dustin takes this. Next up is, get this, a single from Scotty McCreery, It's Why You Gotta Be Like That. Baby, why you gotta wear them jeans? Man, oh man, Scotty McCreery is hit or miss, and this was a big miss. It's a pop country track that's trying really hard to be a radio hit, and probably will be. It's just a standard pop country beat with Scotty saying how they're going to be late to the party because his girl's looking so good, and he's like, baby, why you gotta be like that? It's dumb, it's kind of annoying, it's catchy, I'll give him that, the melody's kind of nice, and the little like, baby whys are stuck in my head all the time, whether that's good or bad. I don't know what else to say. It's not atrocious as much as it is disappointing. If I have to listen to it, I will, but it just bugs me knowing Scotty is capable of stuff like 5 More Minutes. Where'd that Scotty McCreery go? Alright, last one for today. It's a song I can't let myself not talk about. It's the new Warren Zevers track, Loving It. I'm stuck in between holding you tight. Warren Zevers is someone who's put on my radar earlier this year with his track On the Run. He then put out a cover album in May that I'm yet to give a full listen. Then we got Ride the Lightning in June, but I was just waiting on something to truly click with me from him because I saw the potential, but it finally clicked with this new one, Loving and Hating You. This has to be in the running for Best Vocal Performance of the Year. This song stopped me dead in my tracks when he sang that pre-chorus. If you're unfamiliar with Warren Zevers, his music is lo-fi acoustic, but he's got this massive voice. Imagine the production of early Zach Bryan, but then give him a voice that sounds like a happy blend between Hardy and Luke Combs. It really is lightning in a bottle, and this new track just hit me. It's nothing remarkable in terms of songwriting. Just Warren saying he doesn't know where he stands after this breakup. He's stuck in the middle of loving and hating her. But what stood out, like I said, is the performance. It's so emotional and vulnerable. I just think it's a thing of beauty. There's really not much to say because production is as bare bones as it gets. Songwriting is simple but jarringly honest, but you feel something when he sings that chorus, and it makes you feel something. Alright, so that's all I've got for you guys today. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and comment what you thought of these songs. Comment your favorite new release from this week. I'm always interested in your guys' thoughts. It feels good to be back. There weren't like too many big releases this week, which is kind of nice. I can ease myself back in, but now I've got a bunch of editing to do so this video can go up on time. Links to my Instagram, Discord, and podcast are in the description below. And yeah, until next time, have a great day.